I've touched the pad. Everybody in the world fused. Yeah. Hey, welcome back.
Hi.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
Nice. Now then, crew, and welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now, we are on job number 4 of Jade's 1997 Mitsubishi RVR Turbo. Yeah, it's turbo. Pretty cool. Now, I've got the list, and the first job is, well, the 4th job now, because the first job for today, and we had a bit of a late start, I'm going to explain that in a minute, is to change the, oh god, it's such a big bit of cardboard, the right-hand steering rack boot. Now, it shouldn't be too big a job, Jade. We've got the little bag full of 2 black boots in there. I'll pass that across, or show the people, if you like. There you go. So we went for a universal kit rather than the actual Mitsubishi part. And the reason for that is cost. Because Jade, you were given a few quotes down at home, weren't you, for getting this car fixed, and the parts were pretty damned expensive, weren't they? And we were just tallying it up earlier on whilst I was rescuing Jade, and I'll come to that in a minute, that the parts, all of these parts that we needed to fix the car was around about 400 New Zealand dollars plus GST, so less than 500 bucks all up. And you were quoted, how much were you quoted, do you think, for the parts? You remember?
Over $1,000.
Over $1,000, and then of course there was labour on top of that as well, so it was getting pretty damned expensive. So it was definitely well worth, you know, bringing the car all the way up to do the repairs here, because I don't charge tool girls any labour, obviously, you know. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? Okay, well, what we need to do now, Jade, is get the right hand front wheel jacked up, and then you can whip the wheel off, and then we'll take a look and see how big a job it's going to be. Hopefully not too big.
You've got some lipstick on your face.
Holy shit! What are you wearing, girl? Is that deliberate transfer lipstick or something? Oh man.
Good kiss.
The other tool girls are going to kill me for that. Jesus. I can't do a video without on all the way through. It's just, the comments are just going to go mental. So, you did it. You need to wipe it off.
Okay. It's going to have a red cheek.
Bit of rosé.
Yeah.
I look like I've been a farmer. I've been outside in the wind and the rain all day.
Sort of. Sort of off. Not really. I tried.
Good job. I reckon that'll do. Okay. Well, you can tell I haven't shaved today as well. It's a bit rough, isn't it? It's not quite the normal standard for Mr. Andy Mechanic. Okay, right. Now that I've regained my, well, some of my dignity, we can crack on and get your car fixed. God, what do you like? Honestly, every time. God, you get the hang of this, aren't you? Cool. Bloody good. Man, you have to work in this workshop more often, I think. Fantastic. Right, I'll get rid of that. Right, I'm going to give it a little bit of a bash. There you go, we'll pull it off now. Stick it over by the side of the garage somewhere. Find your fingers. That's it, pull it off.
Just sort of steam or something.
No.
I thought I did. I might have imagined that.
Oh, you're just scaring me now. Come on then, let's crack on. Pop it over there, look, out of the way. And then you can put the steering in the full left lock for me.
Full left lock?
Full left lock, yeah. That's what we need. Keep going, all the way. Is that it? That's all you got? Okay, you can take the key out now if you want. Fantastic. Okay, let's take a look, Jade. Right, well this rod here is your steering. It comes out your steering rack.
Oh, wow.
And that's what pushes the wheel from side to side. Now the gentleman that did your warranty fitness that failed it, he failed it for the steering rack boot. Had a rip in it. Now if you put your hand down there, Jade, can you see that rip?
Yeah. Just there.
That's the one. So we need to replace that. Now to do that, we're going to have to disconnect this rod at the outside end and then undo the clips on the boot, and then we can slide the old boot off and the new one on.
Sweet.
Pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Jade. That's it, we can see everything we need to see now. Okay, so we've got the end of the steering rack that comes out, the shaft, and this is the ball joint at the end. So we need to undo that big nut underneath there, and then we're going to tap that out, and we've got to also undo that lock nut so we can wind it off the shaft. Now, there's a bit of an issue here because it's going to affect the tracking of the car for the steering. You know, you go for get a wheel alignment done. So when we alter this setting, it's probably going to alter the adjustments for your wheel alignment. So later on, after you've had your warrant, or in fact before you drive home and we finish doing this job, you'd do well to go and get a wheel alignment. Just to save your tyres, because they're getting a bit low on the front anyway, aren't they? So you've got to look after them. Okay, right, so I think first job is we'll crack off that lock nut. Okay, Jade, we're going to need, I think, a 19mm spanner to go on there, and we'll get that lock nut cracked off. But before we crack it off, what I'm going to do is take a measurement using the vernier calipers from that step just there, look, to the back of the nut. And hopefully that will allow us to get it pretty much bang on, so it's not going to affect your steering too much. Okay? You'll still, ideally you should still have a wheel alignment, but see how it drives. If it drives fine, I won't worry about it. Okay, so vernier calipers first then. Okay, we're trying to be as accurate as possible here. It's not always possible with me around. Okay, so we're right at the base of that little rise, and the back of the nut is 52mm. Okay, so 52mm for the left hand side. And we'll do one side at a time. That should work. It should keep us somewhere accurate anyway. Okay, we're going to need that 19mm spanner now. Can you get me it?
Sure.
I'll do it. You can put that on the bench if you want. We're finished with that for now. And the paperwork as well. That can go up there. Here you go. Pen. Cheers. Coolio. Hopefully we're right. Oh, it's bigger. Oh, it's a 21. Yeah, Jay, try that one. Is that going to fit on there?
So.
Just go in from the top. Hang on. From there, look, you're not too near the camera. It's too small, isn't it? It's about 22. Jeez. Great stuff. Okay, now the question is it lefty loosey or righty tighty? So there we go. See what happens.
Lefty loose.
It moved. Oh, look at that. You got a bloody good car here, you know. Right, Jade, we've done that bit. The next job is to remove that split pin from down there, look.
Yeah.
And then we can undo that castle nut and get this ball joint taken out. And then we can unwind that off the end of the shaft. Cooking on gas, aren't we?
Yeah.
Good job. You going to say?
How do we get the pin thing out?
The pin thing, we've got to use some, well, I always use side cutters actually. So I'll go and get you some side cutters and you can have a fumble. Now, do you want to wear some gloves before we get too dirty?
Yes, please.
Excellent.
Rub my nails.
Go on that. Now, get yourself a new pair out of there, look. Okay, Jade, if you look down there, you'll see it's got like a little tail that's bent over.
Yeah.
So you put those on there, give it a squeeze, you can actually sort of bend that back.
Right.
Because you're trying to make the whole thing straight like a nail.
Right.
Oh, you're almost there. Good job. Cool, yeah? That should be enough. Excellent. I'll just finish that off around the camera. Jeez. I get so grubby. There we go. Right, so now what we can do now is put those on there, and you squeeze these together and then pull it this way. Alright, give that a go. So squeeze them together, and then you're levering it this way. And you should see it pull it through the hole. There you go. Okay, so then you let go. Come back again. Do the same thing again, look. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Professional. Right, now we get to use the big impact wrench again. Now, I think that's a 17. Here you go, Jade. Just try that one on there for us. Oh, that nut underneath. Is it going to fit? Oh, other way up. Not the square end. Other way. Put it upside down. There you go.
I was like wondering why it wouldn't fit. I was like, what? I'm pretty sure.
Andy's setting me up again.
It's gone.
Does that fit?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So the gun's still in undo mode. I'm going to give you a bit of room because the camera's really close, so you'll need that. Now just be careful of that kick, because you don't want to trap your fingers anyway. Oh, so easy. Just make it easy, doesn't it? So you can just turn it upside down, give it a little tap. Oh, it's even falling out. Brilliant. Okay. Put that over there. Hopefully we won't lose it. Now the next job is to get the stub of the ball joint out of this casting here. And it's going to involve us hitting it with a hammer. But we can't hit under here because it'll damage the threads. So we actually hit the casting and it sort of shocks it out because it's on a taper. Pretty easy. Right, get rid of that. Right, it's going to require quite a large hit. So I'd probably suggest that I give this a go.
Yeah.
Alright, so stand back. Oh, not too far back. Now, oh, look at that. So you can lift that out now. Should just wiggle out. Oh, taking your car apart again. What do you like? Okay, so now you should be able to turn this anti-clockwise, and that whole thing will come off the end. That whole ball joint will come off the end of that shaft. You can use two hands if you want. Wow. Yeah. And how does it look? Let's just check the boot. Look at that. You see, this should have failed. Oh, no, it hasn't ripped. I thought it had. It hasn't. It's just
really?
Oh, there it has.
Oh. It's your replacement for that?
He didn't spot that, did he?
No.
Cool. Okay, well, we haven't got one, and it's Sunday, so we can't get one, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, you can take the little lock nut off now as well. That should wind off. Great stuff. Okay, so the next job is to remove that boot. So let's take another look.
So does the boot just roll off?
Does it just pull off?
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't do. It should have, in fact, I can see a little zip tie right at the far end down there. But this end is all broken. You see it's all exposed? So this end, we've got a little, in fact, another zip tie here, look. So we should have some side cuts somewhere. There we go. So can you reach in and snip that? Can you see that plastic zip tie there? Look?
Yeah.
Give that a snip. Don't worry, because it's going to go in the bin, so you can do whatever you want to it. And then at least that one's out of the way then, isn't it? It's not easy, is it? Working around the camera. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Squeeze. You can do it. You can do it. Give it a real good squeeze. It's like being at the gym, isn't it, with those hand things? Have you used those before? Those like big springy hand things that you build up your hand muscles. You've done it. Bloody good. Right, we're going to need those again for the back one, but this bit should. In fact, I'll get a blade and I'll just trim that down so it'll come off nice and easy.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, my knife has gone upstairs into the house. I was doing parcels with it. So I'm risking life and limb again. I think this one's probably pretty blunt too. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's part of it. Right, let's get that bit out of the way. I'm going to put some gloves on in a minute, I think.
Yeah, I would.
It's pretty slimy, isn't it?
Crazy.
Damn. Okay, that's one end off, and I've got to basically stretch right under there now and get the other one taken off. Because there's not much access on this car. It's not very good. Right, I need to get all the way down there and snip. Okay, I'm going in.
You can do it?
You can do it. It's Borat, isn't it, that says that?
Yeah.
God, I didn't know.
You're a Star Wars fan?
I am. I always use the Force. Especially in the pub about 11 o'clock at night. I summons the taxi using the Force. It's great. Man, whoever came up with this idea on shooting. I wonder if I can just pull it clean off. Sometimes you can. Let's move that camera.
Could you cut it off?
Well, I have to.
To make it easier to see down?
It is only a zip tie after all. There we go. Who needs a bloody... There we are. Done. Just pull it off. That's why you don't use zip ties to hold these things on, normally anyway. Okay, so the next job... Well, that's good. That's in good nick, is that? To test it, it should maintain height. It shouldn't just flick down. So that joint's in pretty good nick. Okay, what we need to do now is trim that universal boot to suit that size. So back to the bench, I think.
Is it good?
Okay, what have we got? Universal boot. Okay, so this end, this little small end here, that's where the shaft comes out. All right, and that's a bit small, so we might have to trim that. But man, the next size up, we're too big, so we'll have to just stretch it. I think. I don't think we can afford to trim that anymore. Yeah. This end does look very small, doesn't it? Yeah. Have you got the old one? Where's the old boot?
Oh, it's down there.
Down there. Okay, so we can see on here the diameter of the actual steering rack casting, the body of the steering rack that this has to go onto. And at the moment that's way too small, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, I think by the looks of it, we want the fourth one, that one there, maybe the third one actually, might just stretch.
Let me go for the third one.
I think, yeah, I think, oh, hang on there. It's bigger. No, the fourth one will be fine. So we've got to cut off the first three. Yeah.
This one was cut off too.
It's just broken. It's all jagged, look. It's just finally given up. You've turned too many corners. That's what it is. Right, so we're going to cut the first three off. So we'll just do that, make an incision. We've got to get it right, otherwise we'll be in trouble, won't we? Mm. Doing well. I'm concentrating, can you tell? So I stick my tongue out. God, it's really sort of tacky plastic rubber stuff. Almost there. There we go. So we've still got, obviously, the little ridge for the zip tie to fit to go on there. I'll just tidy that bit up because it looks terrible. Not that anybody's ever going to notice, but anyway. Right, so we've got to put some spray on.
Please. Wait, I don't lead away.
It's gone away. It's gone away.
It's gone away.
It's going to catch you out. Okay.
It'll get me any second.
Yeah. So what we need to do is put some spray on the shaft so that this slides up nice and easily. We'll get it in position and then I'll put a zip tie together and just get it up, and I have to do it all by feel, I think. What a Pain in the ass. Normally they're usually really easy to get to. Okay, you need that, Jade. How's the sneeze? Still there? It's
Sort
at
of.
10%, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Go and sneeze all over the car. Alright, there you go. There's the spray. Did you bring the boot? Where's the boot? Oh, it's up there. Golly gosh, you're as bad as I am. There we are, that's what we need. So I just want you to spray this shaft here. Alright, so the boot then is going to slide up there nice and easily and into position. So yeah, be pretty liberal with it. It's not expensive. That's fine. Cool. Perfect. What we'll do is we'll just spray a little bit inside there as well. Maybe not at that end. There you go. Alright, you hold that. Okay, is it going to stretch? Oh, perfect. Okay. This is where the camera gets completely in the way. Right, I think it might be better for us to put the steering into left lock so that the gate is not stretched while we're trying to get the zip tie on. So, sorry, right hand lock.
So it's already in left hand lock.
Yeah, got to move it into right hand lock. So basically this shaft will go into the steering rack.
Okay. Because
it's pretty tight in there for my big hands. That's better. I can see more than just your butt now, Jade.
I don't think it was a problem.
I'm not complaining, really. Jeez. Nice. That'll do. Stop there. That'll do. Perfect. Now, is this thing going to play ball, or is it going to be an absolute pain in the ass to get on? I think it's going to be a real pain in the ass. I think I might need to go underneath and have a look, if I can even get to it.
What are you trying to do?
Well, this boot has to go around that shoulder on there.
Okay.
See at the back? That bit? The casting?
Wow.
Yeah. And it's pretty floppy.
Yeah.
They don't make things easy, do they, sometimes?
Right.
What should be a 5-minute job?
I
can't even get my hand through the gaps.
Aww.
Well, it's these stupid little things that can take so long to do sometimes. I'm just trying to get one bit over the outside and then roll it round, but now you see if Eric O was here, he'd do it in like 2 minutes. It'd be really annoying. Eric from the South Main Auto channel, if he was around doing this, he'd have it done by, but he wouldn't buy generic bloody universal boots because he knows how crappy they are to fit. They really are crappy. I'll be having words with Nathan when I see him. He set me up. Yeah, Nathan bloody set me up. He did. This is we'll watch Andy struggle fitting these. Right, feel free to clean some of my tools, Jade, if you wouldn't mind while I'm doing this, because it's going to take a while.
Last week.
You did. So which ones didn't you clean?
Well, I cleaned all these, but they're dirty again, but...
Well, that's because I used them.
Is there any point in cleaning them?
How dare you! Is there any point in cleaning your tools? You should always keep your tools clean. Alright, you're going to need... There's a rag. Let me get you some...
What tools are we talking about?
Oh my word. This is YouTube, you know. There you go. Alright, I'm going to go down here and swear for a bit. Oh, I can actually see and do something at the same time now.
Oh my god. Miracle.
It better be, I need a miracle. I'm almost tempted to go to the next size up. Okay, we're going to go the next size up. Fortunately, these things are very cheap, so if I completely screw the whole thing up, it doesn't matter. It's very, very floppy rubber though, it's pretty crap. Right, let's give that a go. Bloody thing, honestly. Oh, straight on.
Straight on?
Done. Could you pass me one of those black cable ties, Jay, off the bench? There's a bag of black cable ties. Because they're a lot better than the white ones. Put that around there. Wiggle it round. Where is he? There he is. Feels like it's not quite on. There we go. Very good. Alright. It's on, Jade.
Yay.
How are our tools looking?
Great.
Fantastic. Ha! Right, just the outer one now, that's easy. Okay. Right. Now that little recess on the shaft there is where that outer one fits. And the zip tie needs to go around. Okay, we'll slide that one up. You get pretty good at doing one-handed zip ties when you're a mechanic. There we go. It sure is. Snip that without snipping the boot. Bloody good. Look at that. You see? Perseverance pays off, pays dividends. Come down here, Jade, and look at this rubber. Just look at that. I use my little torch to guide you. Extra torchless.
It looks so much better.
Doesn't it look good? It's all zip tied in and done properly, you know. Yeah. Put your hand in. Does it feel good? You got to tell me.
Does the rubber feel good?
I don't know. You got to tell me. You happy with that, customer?
Yep.
Excellent. Because you know, tool girls, they have very high standards. You realise that, don't you? Right, Jade. It's time for you to do some work now.
Okay, sweet.
I need you to wind that nut back on that shaft if you can.
How far down?
Well, if you look at the threads, can you see it's a bit darker up here than it is? That first bit's quite shiny, so that's obviously covered up by the ball joint.
Oh, the sneeze soon.
You got to sneeze again? Oh man, you're going to infect me with the plague, aren't you?
It's just hay fever.
Do you realise if I get man flu because of you, I could be near death for weeks. That'll do. Okay, now you can wind. I'm going to adjust it anyway, so you can wind that one on now.
Tidy, lifty, loose.
That's the one. Yep, just wind it on.
And,
yeah, it will do. And then just keep spinning it. Yeah. I reckon that'll do for now. And then what we'll do is we're going to get the vernier calipers and adjust it. Because we need to get it bang on, don't we?
Yep.
Okay, can you jump back in your car and put it into...
Left lock?
No. Full... Yes, full left lock.
Sweet, I was right.
You were right, and I was almost wrong. Jeez. So that needs to go in there. And we can put the castle nut on, which is over here.
Yeah.
You can stick that on there like that. But, so we're going to have to get you a new one of those for the next one, aren't we?
Busted.
Yeah, new outer ball joint. We'll just put that on finger tight for now, because what I need to do is very accurately get that distance here set, which was it 35mm or something? What was it on your piece of paper? 52. Right, so I need the vernier calipers, which are up on the bench. Could you grab those for us?
Sure.
And a 12 and a 13mm spanner as well. Fantastic. So you're sure it was 52, yeah?
Yeah. I can check.
Because your car won't steer very well if it was wrong. That's all. Ooh, perfect. 52, right. So what we'll do is we'll just go 52. It was 52 exactly, wasn't it, as well, I remember? Which is pretty cool. Whoever decided to do that. Right, we'll just lock that off. And we'll see how far off. Oh man, we're not far off at all, look. It's pretty close. So we'll just wind that nut down there. Oh, that'll be... What are we? I think it needs to come out about another 2mm. So we'll give it a turn.
What do you need to do?
Let's just do that, look. See where we are now. I'll tell you what, maybe another half turn, we're there. Clever stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd go with that.
Only thing that's annoying me is these two things aren't lined up.
Oh, wait.
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter at all. That's how it should be. It's fine. Because that's just a square shank to put a adjustable wrench on there, just to stop it from turning the ball joint while you're tightening it up.
True.
But just to double check, we're right at the bottom of that flank down here, just where it comes down to the small diameter. And we're on the back of the nut, and the lock nut is touching the ball joint where it was before. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's damned accurate. I think it's more accurate than doing the number of turns.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to need to tighten that up. So that was the 22, wasn't it? From memory.
But if you move it, does it make it? You need to make it different.
Well, that's a very good question, Jade, because you're very intelligent. I'll give you that. So we'll just set it back to 52. You're asking all the right questions, and you're quite right. It will have actually moved it slightly, won't it?
Yeah.
So we should just check, because it was 52 before we loosened it off. There we go. Near as damn it. Yeah, I think we're still within the ichrometer test. That's fine. I'm happy with that. I mean, it will have moved, there's no doubt, but I think it's still within tolerance for what we want.
Yeah.
And I think you should be getting a wheel alignment anyway, just a bit, because you drive quite a long way, don't you, sir?
Yeah.
There we go. That's not a bad shot, actually, you know? Yeah, that's pretty good. Here's your shirt. Oh, we got the vote back. A. Has to be A all the time. Or A plus, somebody said.
Yeah. A plus plus.
A plus plus. Look at this, I'm doing all the work again.
I'm just watching. The supervisor.
I think you're making good foreman, or forewoman should I say? A good forewoman for a workshop.
Yeah.
I reckon you could crack the whip pretty well.
Yeah.
I just can't help myself sometimes. Right. I need those side cutters again, Jade. Could you get those for us? The side cutters, the snippers. I think they're up on the bench.
I've got an image of whipping people.
You've got oil on your left buttock, by the way.
Oh, damn. It's a bit of a shame.
you going to sneeze?
I don't know. You know when you feel
Yeah.
in your nose and you feel like you're going to sneeze, and then sometimes it goes and sometimes you sneeze.
I just let rip. It goes all over the steering wheel and the dashboard and everything.
That's so good.
That's pretty disgusting, actually.
It's gone away now. It has that. I don't know.
We will find out. There we go. Okay, Jade, we've done one side.
Sweet.
So, next job is that's nice and tight. That's tight with a split pin. It's all done. We set the distance from that little ridge that we chose on the actual rack end down to the nut, 52mm as it was before. So your toe should be about right. Not the toe that's in your boots, by the way, the steering toe. So we can.
This is a steering toe.
Yeah, you see, the longer and shorter this shaft gets, the more it steers the wheel in and out.
Right.
Yeah, and we call that toe.
Cool.
Right, well, we can leave the wheel off for now. We'll whiz around the other side, and I've got the whole thing to do all over again.
Really?
Damn.
Hey, Andy.
Mm?
Are you eating chips?
No. Maybe.
I can hear it.
Go on.
Yeah.
You want all of them, don't you?
Yeah.
There you go. I'll go and do some work. Yeah? You quite comfy there?
Yeah.
You sure? Nothing I can get, Miss Jade? Okay. I'm going to just change the other boot on the other side of the car.
Have fun.
Thank you very much. Jeez, honestly. Things I have to do for these tool girls.
Little does he know, I've already eaten some. I guess you'll find that video later.
Okay.
Nothing?
Right, Jade, could you put the car in right-hand lock for us, please? Oh, yeah.
So again, I'd like to know how your day's gone.
Oh, someone replied to you, on one of the comments.
Did they?
They sure did. They said their day was going great.
Good to know.
You were very happy. Go on, Jade. Tell the people what happened this morning.
After I finished my chip,
Oh, okay. We'll do the important stuff first, eh?
so this morning my car battery died. Like properly died, it couldn't be charged. It had gone flat again. And Andy came to my rescue. He drove to where my car was. We went to the shop together and got a new battery. And I got to work fashionably late.
You were a bit late, weren't you, really?
Just a little.
Hey, guess what? Oh, okay. Boots off.
Oh, lovely. I love Dorito chips.
I think you even recognised the rustle, didn't you? Jade, did you recognise the rustle on the bag?
Are you wondering how I recognise the rustle of a bag?
Yeah, I reckon you
I wonder why.
did. Yeah. It's alright, I'm going under the car. If I don't make it out, it's because I'm squashed.
Okay. I won't blow over Jack on you this time.
That's as far as it goes.
can check. Oh, like my front. Oh, my keys then.
Go a bit further.
Oh no, it goes more.
Oh, okay, turn it off because I'm getting all your air conditioning water in there.
I like these chips because I feel healthy because I'm eating corn.
They're not healthy at all.
You know, some people have channels where they just record themselves eating food.
What was that?
Like on YouTube, some people have channels of them just recording themselves eating food.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because people like it. People like to watch people eating food.
Honestly. Only doesn't make me hungry.
Same.
Right, that's the inner one done. That was a bit easy, wasn't it? We chose the wrong side to film, Jade.
Pardon?
We definitely chose the wrong side to film.
Damn. Ooh.
It's alright, it's me.
The wheel just twisted.
It's alright. Are you still eating chips? God damn, woman. Honestly, I think you're a bigger shirt soon, aren't I?
I don't think so.
I'm sure you burn it off, don't you? I won't ask you what doing. Jade?
Yeah.
What are you doing? But you're in your car and you got the heater on.
Cold.
You know, if the engine's not running, it's not going to give you any hot air, don't you? Oh dear, oh dear.
Are any of you eating corn chips with me? Delicious goodness.
Give me a chip. Such a tease you are. Cheers.
I said I eat one in front of you.
Jade, when you can pull yourself away from the chip packet, you've got a wheel to put back on.
Might be a while.
Oh, where's your mini pad?
Moved it. I need to redo my lipstick because I've been eating a bit of chips.
Oh, you see what you're doing, don't you? Oh, you're using the mirror. Yeah, that works. Damn. Okay, grab your wheel. So chuffed with that done. That first one was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cheers.
Right, kneel down and I'll give you some nuts.
Oh wow, wow.
Where did that come from? Jesus Christ. I didn't even think about that one. Right, there you go. Be careful handling those nuts, won't you? You don't drop them.
Want to scream too hard?
Nah, definitely not. Oh no, do down here, look. Now,
Oh yeah,
now let go of the wheel then.
Yeah, I remember now.
God, you're killing me, girl. Right, so I'm just going to very gingerly wind one of those up. It's like deja vu, this, isn't it, from doing your, what was it, your strut video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. That's for you now. It's good to see you working again.
Hey, I cleaned some of your tools.
You did. Which ones did you clean this time?
The screwdrivers again.
Yeah, they get real rubby quick, don't they?
Yeah.
Self-controlled. You can be a little more aggressive. There you go. Cool. sorted. Right, so we now need to torque them up again, don't we?
Yeah.
Before we can do that, we need to lower the jacks down. I'm just going to whiz around a little bit. Well, you could do it. Just give them one ugger dugger each, because they're not really tight enough yet to lower it down.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. And I want there. Look. Oh, hang on, hang on.
Oh yeah, the same order.
That's it. Yeah. And I put the gun on low power output, so you can't go mad. Bloody good. Ugger duggers are great, aren't they? Oh, right. Let's get that. You'll need the trolley jack, Jade. We all know what happens with you and trolley jacks. You go. I'm going to stand up, and you'll need to put that in from the front of the car, and I'll lie underneath and guide it. Right, taking the weights. Keep going. Fantastic. Keep going. Put the size off that off here. You there? I think you're there right now. Oh, you're way off. That'll work. Don't let it down.
I won't.
Jesus. Honestly. Kill me. Crash. Right, I'm going to teach you how to use the jack.
So you're out?
Don't touch. I'm going to teach you how to use the jack.
Let's see.
Alright. Right. How to use a trolley jack without potentially crushing somebody. First, rule number one, make sure that everybody's clear of the car before you touch the handle, alright? That's really important.
Are you clear of the car?
I am. I'm right next to you. I'm all good this time. I wasn't last time. I was pretty close. Now, what we need to do, we'll pull it down a bit. Now, you need two hands, and you just got to very, 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 very slowly turn it. Right. So as you turn it, see it's coming down? Alright, so there you go. It's all yours. Your turn. There you go. So pull it down. Look at that. Perfect.
Something's dripping.
Hey?
Something's dripping.
Oh, that's the air conditioning water that's dribbled down my neck earlier on. Alright, so we're about down now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now that was a little bit more controlled, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a kaboom! Andy, are you still alive? Only just.
You're okay.
Only just. Right. Okay. Okay, Jade, can you just torque up those front wheel nuts for us? Remember how to do it from last time?
Right, that way down?
Yes, you want to stand up a little bit more so you get some weight on it. That's it. Pull it towards you until it clicks. You can stand either side, it doesn't matter, whichever's more comfortable for you. There you go, that's it, that's that one done. You're all on your own this time. Remember which one's next?
Take it off.
Where are you going to go? Oh, yeah, that's the one, yep, that'll work. Make sure it's all the way on, that's it. I didn't go click yet, it'll go click. Do you want a hand? There you go. Okay, so you've done that one. You've done that one. So you can go up to this one here now. There you go. Tell you what, I'll move this end around like I did last time for you. There you go. Right, go for it.
I don't want to scratch my car.
There you go, that's that one. Suck it back on. Down there. Right, and again. Oh, perfect. Job done. Right, and last one. Do you want to come back a bit this way? There you go. Job done. Well done. Okay, back to the bench. Yeah, good job.
Andy,
Jade.
I think you've got something on your face.
No, really? Oh, is it your lipstick again? Oh, jeez, how does that keep happening? What's going on? You're the worst, honestly. And by worst, I mean best. That's better. God damn. What do you like? Well, there you go, crew. Wasn't that easy, the first one. There was hardly any room in there, and that new universal boot, well, it wasn't ideal. It was a bit, you know, malleable. It just moved around all the time, and I didn't quite get the diameter correct and everything. But second time round, when I was working on my own, while Jade was eating her chips in the car, it took about 10 minutes. Actually much easier to do this side. I should have filmed the left-hand side and not the right. The right was a real pain, the left was dead easy, but man, such is life, really is. Jade, just pass us the bag. Oh, a message from Tool Girl Lily. It says, "Hi Andy." Woo, she should know I'm filming. Jeez, I'm with Jade at the moment. She'll have to wait. Okay, so that's the part number there, but I imagine that's only a local part number. So if you're not in New Zealand, then probably doesn't mean too much to you. But they cost about $15 for the... Oh my word. She can go away. Go away, Jay. Lily.
I'll go away then. Bye. Bye.
I normally have my phone on. I don't know what's going on. Hang on. It's normally on... come, Jade, come back. Come back. Come back. I'm sorry. Come back. Come back. I'll make it up to you later on. Promise. I'll get you a cider. How's that?
Sounds good.
Good on you. Okay, well, that's basically what you need to do to change the steering rack boots on, you know, pretty much any car with a steering rack. Sure, there's going to be some variants out there, but Jade's car was pretty much a normal kind of scenario. Sure, the access was a bit limited on the right-hand side, but wasn't too bad, really. We got over it. We got over our Sunday blues and just, you know, had some chips and felt better and made a video, basically. Yeah, it's good fun. Okay, crew, well, if you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, and fingers crossed you did, then why not click on the subscribe button. You'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click on the gear icon, and then you can tick the box and turn on notifications. Once you turn on notifications, our friends down at YouTube will send you an email as and when I upload any new videos. And there's some weeks there's 5 or 6 videos, other weeks there's only 1 or 2. It just depends if I'm working away or not. There's a limit to how much time I have, and I do need a little bit of sleep, believe it or not. Now, Jade, we need to tick off number 4. Should really be number 4 and number 5, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
So your pen's down there on the bench. If you want to tick off that next one for the steering rack boots, you're going to punch me in the face now, are you? Is it too tight? Oh, you got it. You got it. Well done. Okay, so was it number 4? Anyway, you like, I don't care. It's just a piece of expensive cardboard. Great stuff. Right, so what's next? Power steering belt. I might put that one on hold and do a video about your battery, actually. We'll see. See how we get on. That power steering belt looks a bit of a pain. Might put it off. We'll see. Okay, so you'll also find me on...
Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and Twitter.
You sure will, most definitely. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals. And but first point of contact, if you don't mind, through the comments on YouTube. That's where the videos are, and it's much easier for me to monitor them from there and respond back to you, because that's what I'm on most of the time. Now, there's also a Patron page. You can drop onto that, and there's a link on the main Andy Mechanic YouTube page. You can click onto it. It'll take you through to Patreon, and you can read all about the history of how the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel came to be, why there are now tool girls in the videos, and they've been around for, well over a year now, and I wouldn't have it any other way, believe me. Great fun. It sure is. You should see it from my perspective. Really, gentlemen, it's a good laugh. You'll also see Tool Girl profiles on that page, and up and coming future projects as well, so you get a bit of an insight into what's going on with the channel and where it's heading. Anything for you to add, Jade? What do you reckon?
I feel like I should make a lipstick mark on your cheek again.
No, we got rid of that. You wouldn't dare. Oh man, really? Man, again? Jeez, it's terrible. Okay, crew. Well, it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Sure is. Well done. Cheers, crew. Over and out. And you get the flip up again.
Oh!